Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Origins 2, where our first contract, we're accepting our first contract. It is to get this a satellite in orbit. I believe I have built the satellite. It's the same one that went out to here. It's a high stationary satellite, but I just kind of reworked the fuel tanks a little bit. I hope it will work. I just basically removed half of the fuel. But we are here at the Kerbal Space Center. We need to, let's see which way this is going. We need to be in a polar orbit when we get over here and match up with the orbit. So we're just going to speed time up just a bit. Then we'll launch into a polar orbit. Our satellite hopefully will stay with us as we go around the planet, over top of the planet. It's speeding up just a bit, but I think it'll be okay while we get out there. And that is just about it. Yeah, we're on it. We're launching. We're going north. Same satellite, only I had to put a mystery goo on it. I believe that was all it required. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, heading north. Start our turn now. To the north. Uh-oh, it's getting a little out of hand. Man, yeah, it's just not a long rocket, so we're going to leave it right there. We need to be at, I forgot to look at their apoapsis. Oh, that's the ascending node. We need to be at 6700 something or other. Halfway through our fuel burn. Apoapsis will be at 23. We need to get that to 6 million meters. As soon as I cross through here, I'll kick it up just a little bit more. I want to stay a little bit high right here. See the heat effects already. Passing 54,000. We should be out of the heat here momentarily. Passing 68,000. We are heading to orbit. 75. Oh, slow down there, little buddy. Okay, we'll go a little bit higher now. Okay, let's check the map and see where we are. Need to blow that out to 6,700,000 or thereabouts. Passing 2 million. Ooh, something jumped. And of course, we will have to make a change when we get out there. Where do we stand on our fuel? We have 232 meters per second left. That should make a really good... Oh, let's go ahead and blow this. I want to maintain communication. Don't want anything to go wrong. And while we're in a polar orbit, I have placed a gravioli on here. Then there's the one experiment, and here is the goo container. I hope that was all. I didn't even check to see what our missions were. Yeah. Have a mystery goo and maintain stability for 10 seconds. So we're on par for that. We have 200 meters per second. Where can we burn our... Maybe right here. We'll add a maneuver to... Oh wait, swing our orbit this way. Kind of split the difference, use up this actually we should probably burn it earlier, shouldn't we? "12 minutes. Much better, much better. Right there, in 12 minutes we will make that burn 124 meters per second. That will swing our orbit to the left there, as long as we have communication, which we should. Where is our... Oh, we're talking to Kerbin now. We'll probably, once we get up here, we could probably still make the burn. If not, we'll bounce off of the high stat one. So let's F5 and save this. Let's turn off SAS and get moved over onto our on the gimbal here. We're going to the blue marker, and we're just letting gravity spin us around. Just the torque, not using SAS. Okay, go ahead and turn on SAS and just stop right there. It's going to be 124 meters per second burn, and at that point we can jettison this tank and use the rest of that way it'll burn up in the atmosphere. So let's move on up to our burn. Warp to here. Still talking to Kerbin. And I'll probably say that, still talking to Kerbin, and I mean still talking to that, to the antenna. We have, it's hard to see, 2 minutes to go. It's a 1 second burn. Speed up time. Seconds, and here we go. Okay, that's going to put us in almost a perfect orbit. Almost. Good enough. How much delta V do we have left? We have 125 delta V. we will go ahead and jettison this. It gave us a periapsis. No, it did not. Oh, it blew out our... Yeah, we need to turn around just a bit. So we'll start the movement and then turn off SAS. When we made that burn, it pushed our apoapsis out just a bit. So we're going to turn retrograde and slow down just enough to keep our apoapsis here. And what I am going to do is turn the thrust limiter down on the engine. Oh, that's where I had the thrust limiter set for the launch. So we'll turn it down to 17.5. And then we will just watch our apoapsis as we burn retrograde. Come right, orbit, retrograde, holding retrograde. Down to 6701. 6701. That is really close. Oh my goodness. Do that all the time. Go for little burns like that. It's 2,000 meters. I'm sure it's going to give it to us. We're going to go ahead and eject the bottom here. 118 meters per second to go, but F5 save it. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and fire this. We probably moved back just a little bit as well. Let's check our... Moved it to 690. As we ejected, the force pulled us back a little bit. So we could turn prograde and burn that out, but we're not going to. We may want to just a little bit. Let's do that, because that'll get us out of the way of this this rocket here, the tail end of it. So we're going to fire this briefly to push this out to 6.7. I did it again, went too far, but that's good. We'll be out of the way of that. Let's go ahead and get out there and hope we have communication when we get there. We should. If not, we'll have to crash. Okay, when we get here, we're going to make a burn at the apoapsis. And we need to get the periapsis to the same it's going to be a 450 meter per second burn, but we'll be making a little bit of adjustments here. Bear with me while I work on this. Has to be close, not perfect. And then we'll do a little radial. That way. That is going to get us really close, this burn here. Probably slow down just a bit as well. Still on the inside, isn't it? think that'll do it as long as our periapsis is close. That's going to be our burn in 54 minutes. We still have communication. F5 and save that. If we didn't do anything right now, we would come back down to Kerbin. First contract. Everything's good. Within reasonable deviation. Okay, fast forward. As we come up over the poles, going really slow. About 10 minutes we'll get set up on our gimbal. Boy, when you zoom in, that line is not very close to where we need to be, but we can adjust. Coming up over the planet, still have communication with Kerbin. I would have liked to have been directly over the poles, but okay, we got a 30-second burn here momentarily. Let's get set up on our prograde. High above Kerbin, North Pole. Probably need to burn about 15 seconds. We'll split the difference in this burn time here. Okay, we are going to get centered. 3 seconds, 2, 1. Okay, I need to make an adjustment here real quick. This is throwing me off. Come on, come on, come on. Things we got to think about. Close that off so that we're more in line. It was wanting to push us to the left or the right. So let's get on our marker and continue burn. He gave it to us. That's it. We are in a very good orbit. We are able to talk to Kerbin at the moment. As soon as we go to the other side of the planet, we may have communication there, but once we get our communication satellite ring set up, we'll have good communication. Let's do one science experiment while we're up here. It is going to be high above Kerbin, I'm sure, with a... There we go. We will beam that back. We're going to do the gravioli detector. Get 30 science for that. We will beam that back as well. And heck, while we're up here, let's go ahead and do the mystery go. And we got 15 for that one. We'll beam that one back. Did I beam that second one back? I did not. We do have enough science. And we can get this later, the gravity scan, while we're up here. We're only going to get 16 for it. But we are above the grasslands. And that is on its way. Data, I think it takes 300 units of battery charge to send a gravioli. Not sure with this antenna though. Okay, no more burning. So we're going to turn this off. We are going to. That was a good bit of information for me to know there about the weight is off at the moment. This tank right here, this fuel tank, was added for ballast because the center of gravity was off on this when it was up in the up position. So I added a tank and filled it with enough fuel. It was actually really good, spot on with the right amount of fuel. So we are positioned and good. We're getting good sunlight. Yeah. This mission is a success, correct? Milestones, broke a speed record, and positioned satellite in space in orbit. Okay, we're high above the grasslands, and I think that's going to do it. Hope you liked the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.